Hey, what's up everybody? Stick around because today I'm actually talking about the Bible. I'm Josiah Douglas. I do biblical inspiration and motivation here on YouTube 5 days a week. Well, except for this week. It's more like going to be 3, 2, 4. I don't know. If that's the kind of thing that you're into, go ahead and hit subscribe and we can do this every day together. In my last video, I didn't really do a Bible study. I was just kind of apologizing that I wasn't going to be doing one because I'd had a super draining weekend and I just wasn't feeling up to doing it. And then the next day I didn't come out with a video, and the reason is because I suddenly got super sick and I could hardly move and I was feeling bad all day. And I was like, okay, I'm just not going to be able to do a video today either. So I'm sorry guys, but today I'm back in the game, so let's get into it. Numbers 13:33 says, "And there we saw the Nephilim, the sons of Anak, who come from the Nephilim, and we seemed to ourselves like grasshoppers, and so we seemed to them." So this was the Israelites, the 10 spies who went out and looked at the land of Canaan, the promised land, and came out back with a negative report. There was the 2, Joshua and Caleb, who came back with a positive report saying, you know, everything's bad here, but we can still go in because God is leading us and God is going to give us the land. But then these 10 other spies, they came back and said, you know, we saw these giants there, the Nephilim, the sons of Anak, and they looked at us and they saw us as grasshoppers. Basically, we were small in our own sight in front of them, and they thought the same thing about us. Any sane, reasonable person looks at this and says, you know what? That's probably not true. These Nephilim, these sons of Anak who saw you, they were giants and they saw you as normal-sized people. They probably didn't look at you and think you were grasshoppers. They probably looked at you, looked back at what they were doing, and didn't give you a second thought. You know, so many times in our lives, not just as Christians, everybody, we go into a situation and we assume that everybody's looking at us a certain way, but really we're just going into a situation and assuming that everyone's looking at the insecurities that we see in ourselves. But you see, that's not how people look at us. That's not how people look at anyone. When somebody walks into the room and you look at them, what do you first think about them? It's probably not the same thing they're thinking about themselves. You probably don't even give them much thought. When you walk into a room, it's the same thing. People aren't looking at you and seeing your insecurities. They're not seeing the things that you don't like about yourself or the things that you think about yourself. They're looking at you for a moment and then going back about their normal business. You know, I've heard the saying that humility isn't thinking less of yourself, it's thinking of yourself less. Going into a situation and thinking that you're garbage, that everyone hates you and that you're no good, that's not being humble. That's not what God wants. That's the opposite of what God wants. Being humble isn't thinking that you're bad or no good. It's not thinking about yourself at all. Going into a situation and assuming that everyone's looking at you the way that you feel about yourself, that's nonsense. That's garbage. You shouldn't be doing that. When somebody looks at you, they don't see you the way that you see yourself. And that's especially true for your insecurities. You might walk in thinking you're too tall or you're too short or you're not pretty enough or you're not strong enough or you're not smart enough. That's not how the world sees you. And you need to get over that because that's not how the world sees you and that's not how God sees you. So when you go into a situation, whatever it is, hold your head up high because if God sent you there, it doesn't matter what other people think. And they're probably not thinking what you think they're thinking anyways. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you like this video, hit the like button. Go ahead and leave a comment below. If you want to see any more of my videos, this is a really good one you can watch right here. Thanks guys. I'll see you tomorrow.